has been lost to a pit. And it's not a Roche pit either, it's kind of just a
Knoxville put out last game. It was like a 56% win rate, I believe, to the favor of Medusa. Team Secret, though.
TP in.
Nice rotation in with Puppy pulling in Yapster. They're going to be able to find Chalice here, looks like, with the Orb of Venom, slowing them down enough. Eventually, they will get that first blood. It'll go to the Sven. It'll go to Nisha.
That was actually so smooth how they did that.
Yeah.
There was no way you just, you anticipate that. They went in at the same time. I was like, why is he stunning the Bat Rider there? There's almost no chance that they're going to get that kill. But they do it all in one sequence.
And it's in a nice situation where Zai's offlane Venomancer was right next to his tower. So him missing his support for this time being doesn't really expose him at all. Still able to get... Nice rotation in with Puppy pulling in Yapster. They're going to be able to find Chalice here. Looks like with the Orb of Venom, slowing them down enough. Eventually they will get that first one. It'll go to this Sven. It'll go to Nisha. That was actually so smooth. Puppy did that.
I will say.
Yeah, it just seems like every single time Yapsor heads to mid, the enemy mid laner always seems to know. Maybe that's the caution that you have when you play against Team Secret. Not just any Team Secret, it's a crowd-favorited Team Secret, especially in this game too with LGD up 1-0. Even if you're not a Secret fan, I'm sure you want to see a game 3 between these two Titans. But the mid lane matchup should go the way of the Medusa, much like the Death Prophet matchup was supposed to be.
I think Lesh is okay here. It's just my understanding of it is that Deuce's. Well, that thought is the mid lane.
They are going to be able to get the stun into the split earth, the kickback as well, just to make sure that maybe can go absolutely nowhere. 0-4 to the favorite of Secret. A great start for them in this laning phase.
And overall, I still think that PSG.LGD have the hero counters.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, when teams are this evenly matched, we should give both sides credit. It's almost always going to just come down to those like mid-game scrappy team fights.
Right.
Like we saw PSG.LGD, yeah, you saw the win probability. They were losing for all but like 5% of the game, but that's all that really mattered.
Another pull in.
TP again.
See if Puppy sneaks him in inside the trees here, so PSG.LGD should know about this. There is just that one very defensive ward trying to give the Medusa some information. The Earth Spirit has been spending most of his time at top and then rotating mid. Look at Zai just being hunted down, and it's not like X-Nova is going to suffer too much in levels either because he is a Doom at the end of the day. They are going to be able to jump on him. Zai slowing down the Doom to make sure there's not going to be Infernal Play, but until the Fountain of Strength comes out, they get the Jingu stacks as well. So X-Nova gets that kill, finds an Invis Rune until Yapsor takes it away from him.
5-position Doom. Haven't seen this before.
Yeah,
last time we saw this was when Puppy actually did it in Shanghai.
Yeah, it's been a long time since 5-position Doom. We've seen some 4-position Dooms of late, just not at this tournament, I don't think. But PSG.LGD did manage to get their first kill. They really need this Doom back into this lane because a Venomancer versus a Monkey King is going to be very difficult. That's why the Doom was willing to just abandon that top lane and let them suffer. Also, we can shout out the Venomancer and make sure the Monkey King has a better game. The 5-minute bounty runes going to be snatched up. 3 of them going to Team Secret with the Invis rune from the Yapsor securing 2.
You notice what they do with Zai's pick, by the way? They make sure that it doesn't really matter if he knows how to play it or not. It's supposed to hard counter the enemy is Nisha. Gonna throw out a stun. Yapsor has a free roll now.
And eventually that sticky napalm, it wore off too, so Nisha didn't even take that much damage. Chalice just realizing it's been too late that he's been baited in. Jump in here, trying to slow down Zai once again. Ame will be able to hit him with the Boundless Strike. That should be enough as, yes, the zap there from X-Nova.
It's quite low, and Ame thought about the deny, but X-Nova frantically telling him, I'm fine, as mid lane, mid one.
They need the TP in from F-Line to be able to save, maybe.
It would have been a kill. Had enough mana to run through maybe 2 charges, then you get 1 right click off, and you probably get the kill right there.
Is this why you think the Leshrac is actually okay versus the Medusa? He just has so much burst damage and so much long sustained damage.
Medusa does 2 things well against other heroes. It's against in-heroes, obviously, you steal mana, which is so pivotal for kill opportunities. And she also pushes in the lane at all times, meaning you can push out the wave using your snake, you go farm the jungle camp out, and you miss 0 CS.
Yeah.
But against a hero like Lesh, he does the same to you. He'll constantly lightning storm stun out the wave, so then you have to stay in the lane to push it out at all times, which creates kill opportunity artificially.
And on top of that, if you ever do manage to pick up that Medusa, could see an early tower dying as he starts getting levels of Diabolic Edict.
What Medusa is really good about are heroes that have to hard commit, like the blinks to try to get next to her so that she can pop her gaze, turn things around. Like these melee BKB cores that's supposed to be her bread and butter. That's almost always been her, this is what I hard counter because so much of your BKB timer is just wasted once you get turned into stone.
Right. 2-5, a slight lead here for Team Secret. Now, this is a lead in the laning phase that they kind of need to get, right? Just because of the timer that they're going to be honest, they're going to be able to find the pick up onto Ame here. Really great setup once again by Puppy's Chen, pulling in the Sven, and he's just missing from that top lane for such a small window that it's so tough to read these rotations.
This Chen feels unbelievable.
Yeah.
As a hero, the fact that it gets Coddle's old ulti, and you pull him in with the creeps.
Yeah.
You have this global ganking presence that almost always just leads to a tower push as Zai. I mean, they thought about it for a second, X-Nova presenting some threat, but...
I mean, like, what can Ame say? It's not like he could be like, hey, why didn't you call him missing? He's gone for maybe like 2 seconds.
It's a Chen.
He just goes into the trees at some point, out of vision, and then, boop, he's bottom.
You assume that Chen's just jungling anyways, and the scariest part is the pullback into being able to just take the tower.
Yeah.
You have 2 creeps, suddenly you've got 3 heroes. There's no chance to reply, which is what we're seeing here early on as a 3k gold lead being taken by Secret.
I guess that means like Sven's probably one of the perfect safe lane carries because he sets up his own kills with Stormbolt, and he's a pretty good tower taker as well.
But again, let's not, it is only the early game.
Yep.
We saw PSG.LGD in a similar position.
You see this little play so many times. From the dire side Leshracs.
I will say it is a bit different because they have Chen this time. And Chen sort of puts you on a little bit of a timer. Because you do want to be very aggressive, take out all the tier 1, tier 2s, get Roshan, get map control naturally. Plus I think Doom as an anti-carry in this game is going to be very good for them. Zai as Veno, you're not really going to be worried about him too much. You shut out a large portion of his game already.
Look at X-Nova. He's trying to tank for the tower right now. It does mean he's out of position and will die here. PSG.LGD, they know what kind of timer they're on, and if they could stall Team Secret in any way, I mean, they have 4 heroes sitting mid right now. If they could just keep this tower alive for an extra minute or 2, it would be a massive win. And it looks like they will be able to, so the sacrifice of X-Nova, it does cost them some rotations of their own. This Monkey King made his way to mid lane, but didn't actually find a fight for it. Fortunately, both him, the Doom, the Medusa, and even the Batrider, all prolific junglers.
Despite all the early kills that they got onto Zai, Ame, tiny net worth that spent significantly as well.
Yeah. Thinking about going for Puppy here. He's going to try and jump onto him, slow him down, managed to get the balance strike right as he pulled in mid one too. But there was no extra disable. Zepwise a little bit too far away.
Puppy thought about it, but bringing in his Lesh to secure the bounty runes ends up paying off for him as they weren't willing to commit past that. And Ame felt like he hesitated for half a second.
Yep.
That led to Puppy just being able to get out.
Or maybe like he could have repositioned a little bit better to cover the bounty runes, because you know that's what they're making the play for, is those bounty runes. As a result, Team Secret get another bump up in net worth, now up by 4,000. PSG.LGD between the Wukong's command, the Medusa, they have two very good abilities to defend towers. Big wave coming in the bottom. Two range creeps and a siege wagon. PSG.LGD, they need a little bit of time. Looks like Monkey King's just going to try and clear out the creeps so that the tower can deal with the siege wagon.
Goes in and out around the area right now. Ame still not willing to hard commit as Ken has such a fast Echo Saber. They're really not in a position to fight him. In this game, opts to skip the Midas. He would have had a really quick Midas, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Just looking at his net worth. But it feels like he wants to push the pace of the game a little bit. Don't let the Medusa get into a late game situation against yourself.
There goes mid tower. It falls, and Team Secret may just go for more here if they get another pick off like this. They still have that siege wagon alive. They have Chen creeps to tank up as well.
So the one way that they can initiate right now on the side of PSG.LGD is just to run in with the Doom, but they need follow-up, and they don't really have that with their lineup.
Yeah.
So this is what Secret have realized, and they're taking advantage of this. They're like, they can't actually initiate on us. Chalice has had a bad start. He's not going to have early enough items to be able to do much. He only has the boot to travel. We'll blow him up if he tries to go in.
And so this Monkey King and Bat Rider, they can do these other things they're really good at, which is split pushing, just flash farming creep waves while being elusive enough not to get caught. But Team Secret is taking full advantage of that, just barreling down towers one by one. Now it looks like they're setting up for the off-lane tier 1.
The annoying part of this game right now for them too is that so oftentimes in our cast we'll talk about how this hero can't play Dota, and what it really means is he hasn't been enabled to play Dota. Like, one player doesn't have a place in the game. I mean, everyone in Dota has felt it where you're just sort of waiting around.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what PSG.LGD sort of have to do right now, is they might even go for this top fight.
Yeah, the rotations come away, but now they get a two-man Stormbolt. The big clean damage was Litterth as well. Both supports are dead, and maybe just fortunate enough. Oh, they actually went for the lasso there from the side. Chalice, a poorly set up defense there from PSG.LGD. I don't think they read, first of all, how fast Team Secret would take that tower, but also being so split up like that.
Yeah, that was a big surprise. I think they made the right idea of saying, like, we can't just give up everything.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that wasn't the way to do it as Puppy. He's going around right now.
There's the Stone Gaze. Low commitment, though, from Team Secret. They're like, great, we forced that ultimate from you. Now it means the next time that we push forward, you can't sit there in the front.
This should secure the tower for them. But
yeah,
we're going to have TP of the Bat Rider towards this bottom lane. Again, the Bat Rider just has boots to travel. Literally has no stat items. He's got a stick, but he's got 1100 HP. He just died in 3 hits when he was trying to lasso.
It does mean with the fast boots of travel that he can go. Oh, nice. Oh, okay. The kick down. Managed to knock down the trees. If they just keep damage on time, all they need is just to make sure Ame can't reset and be able to jump into the trees, and that's what the Earth Spirit is so good at. Well done by Yapzor.
Middle tower is under
2 to 12 now. 7,000 net worth lead. 15-minute bounty runes are coming up soon. What time can PSG.LGD really stop this flood of secret heroes?
I think you have to play the opposite style. Because Secret is giving you a completely different look. This is not the Secret that we're used to where they let you flood into them.
Yeah.
They're showing their diversity here by saying we can play an aggressive style, especially if you give Puppy Chen. Like, if you give Puppy Chen, we'll take everything.
Yeah.
And PSG.LGD now are playing the Secret card of, well, we have the high ground. We know we have the win condition with the Deuce late game. We have Doom as an anti-core. Let's just sit and chill. There's no rush here.
I think they just need to focus a little bit more on split pushing.
Yeah, I don't think you can take a straight up 5-on-5 fight at this point in the game. I think you're too far behind. You don't have the heroes for it. The Lesh and the Sven are too big. You have to allow your Medusa time to just gain net worth.
Nova gonna be chased down here. He does pick up the bounty rune. I think he knows that he's gonna die here. FY should just hide, not show himself whatsoever, because once again, like the combination, right, of Team Secret heroes, they can 4 or 5 man into these towers because they've got a Chen that can pull them around. They've got this Venomancer who can drop wards in front of any tower that's being split pushed.
Yeah, the Chen makes it so that the Sven continues to just farm, and he can sort of act like a Spectre show up to the fights late. Yapster will be the first one to initiate anyways. As an 8k gold lead in 15 minutes.
Etherlands and Zanj, they're going to try and catch maybe here. They managed to slow down a very fast Stone Gaze being popped by the Medusa.
They could think about Roshan as well as a concept.
Yeah. They do have...
They know that Stone Gaze is down and... Looks like they're going to just settle for this mid tower.
From the high ground. Zai trying to catch him. They're going to go for the Wukong's man here with the boots of travel. Bat Rider coming in. He's going to try and catch him. One. He will be able to get melee range. Gets the lasso. Pulls him back into Wukong's man. He's now dead. Zai from the side throws out his poison. They don't really care about that. They need to just be able to kite Nisha at this point. Nisha slow down a little bit. Is going to be able to get the bump for it from the flame break. Close enough now. Maybe to be able to get the storm bolt until FY. He knows he needs to be able to save Ame's life. It's going to cost him his own though. Nisha, they actually do kill Yapster. It looks like the Mystic Snake bouncing over. FY had managed to get that with the help of the Fade Bolt as well as the Mystic Snake.
Not the worst fight in the world for them, but Mid1 did use the buyback for this.
Yeah, what an early buyback to use.
Thought it was going to be an even bigger fight, so a little bit of gold gained despite losing their tower. So the buyback was committed.
Very few PSG.LGD fans in what feels like a sea of secret right now in this game too. Medusa still doing okay in that we're sitting at 8k, but it's the Monkey King and Bat Rider really falling far behind, and X-Nova has a 5-position Doom. It's a little bit greedy, but he hasn't been able to get any farm either.
Look at him just die.
Routinely picked off by Puppey, who just keeps on pulling heroes in.
But PSG.LGD, I mean, the strat stays the same, right?
Yep.
You accept those losses as long as it's not racks at 20 minutes.
Oh. I mean, it was a really cool setup that PSG.LGD had with the Boots of Travel playing with the Wukong's command. Like, they basically didn't need a Blink Dagger, but now they do have the Blink. So this is going to be another opportunity where I'm not sure if they can take, like, they're never going to take a 5-on-5 where they're going to wipe Team Secret, but they can defend a tower, get a pick off, and force Team Secret to reset.
They're pinging right now, but it won't matter as 18 minutes in Secret, Isha's going to pick up the Aegis. They wanted to go in that area because they do have Bat Rider. Bat Rider very good at fighting around that Roshan pit. Just because the sheer vision advantage that you get, but I'm just going to back up as that might just tip them off to the fact that there is a ward up there. This is probably the most hotly contested ward, that triangle.
Yeah.
For both teams. Trolls, Ingress and Egress. Puppey trying to build back up his creep army.
Smoke out with that
jump in, sure.
Doesn't find anything.
Still smoked up. They want them to go on this Dusa here.
Yeah, trying to bait her as much as possible. I feel like it is a bit obvious for Team Secret, but they may take the fight anyway.
And in fact, they're just going to back up, and Medusa's going to push towards that bottom lane. And this is where the split push comes in from PSG.LGD. They're just forming a vanguard around her and escorting her around the map while she farms up. And the game has changed. It's no longer about being able to take these 5-on-5s. It's just about scaring them off, buying time for yourself. I do really like their attempt mid when they took that fight. Because it stalls out the game for at least like 2-3 minutes. And then forces Secret into a position where they have to go for the Roshan, which they wanted to do anyways, but it did delay it by a few. And that's all Medusa lineups are. Buy time, buy time, buy time.
So Ame's really been helping out with the vision and reading where Secret's moving around the map, but I would like to see him do a little bit more of the creep cutting. Yeah, exactly.
As he does find the right tree, but mid-1 is just a little bit too late.
You can see Team Secret are very well prepared for that idea. He does manage to force rotations, though, which guarantees... oh, it actually doesn't guarantee anything. It looks like only one bounty picked up for PSG.LGD.
Yeah, Nisha was near the bottom lane. It's going to help their gold lead even more, as since the beginning of the game, it's always been 1 to 3 bounty runes.
One thing I noticed about Team Secret is they always do for the bounty runes, they like to do this 4-1 split, where it's like their worst team fighter will go to one side of the map, and then their 4-man will protect one rune at top.
And they also have Chen TP. So we look at the odds here. Still pretty even, but Secret definitely have the lead. Yapzor went for it. I mean, he's still looking. Might even go for the kick here. No, guess is wrong.
Much like playing it against an AM, Yapzor's job is just going to be to hunt this carry down as much as possible.
Just clearing trees, actually.
Yeah. Just make it Monkey King's game as hard as possible.
I would like to see Ame cut this top wave, though.
Yeah, and it looks like he will finally do it. We'll see how quickly Mid1 is able to respond. Now, Mid1 isn't going for... he's going for the same kind of build that we saw from Sumail.
Gonna go for the TP. The kick.
The catch, we got him! Yapzor so fast, rolls in a hurry.
Ame was instant with that, too.
He was so certain he was going to be able to get out there, and they find the pickoff in bottom lane on Chalice. This is the kind of big break that Secret was waiting for. Now they're going to be able to take one more objective. The tier 2 at bottom lane is the last remaining outer tower from PSG.LGD. All of Secret is swarming in. See that one again. You can see Yapzor.
The instant TPs, like there was no hesitation. Ame was like, I'm being very careful here.
Yeah.
He didn't even try to go for the one hit on all the creeps. He boundless strikes it instantly, and now the high ground attempt as a result of this, still 2 heroes dead. That kickoff might just lead to a tier 3 tower, most likely going to his Nisha. Battering this down, maybe gets very nice deny in front of them, but this is going to open up the shrine areas now.
Yeah, that's even better than taking that tier 2 bottom lane.
Radiant's top shrine is under attack.
Secret chance come back in force now as you can see an 11,000 net worth lead. That's before being able to take those 2 shrines that are available to Secret as well.
Dude, this crowd is actually so coordinated. Not that time, but
they get it most of the time.
They still have the mid tower for themselves, and
I mean, they still have like all the split pushing that was supposed to happen from this Monkey King and Bat Rider is totally shut down by the fact they haven't taken a single tier 1 tower, not even the side lanes.
Yeah, it makes it really hard when Yapzor doesn't show himself on the map and he's just rolling through trees nonstop.
Yeah.
I mean, his job in this game is just to be a killer. Find heroes. Yeah, the dying sounds of the Aegis.
They're still going to go for the smoke up here with the haste rune on this Sven. They're running out to bottom lane. FY's going to show himself. He's just trying to like do some damage to the creeps, push in the wave as much as possible. Now, Chalice actually shows him that he's there with a flame break, but does Boots travel back instead of using his TP scroll, so he can't return to this bottom lane. Meanwhile, they TP up to top lane, trying to catch, once again, anybody from PSG.LGD pushing in top. They know, like, as soon as they show in one lane, PSG.LGD is going to make a move to kill creeps on the other side of the map. That's why Yapzor is always ready to go with the TP scroll. And now Boots travel for the Leshrac as well.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They're just giving PSG.LGD no quarter whatsoever. No room to move, no room to cut creep waves. Not even a whole lot of farming neutrals is happening for them. It's pretty much all their farm. What very little map control they have, it's all being funneled into the Medusa, who is keeping pace with the Leshrac. But everybody else on PSG.LGD is falling well behind their counterparts.
Oh.
Almost gonna catch him again. Can he actually get the silence? A quick jump away. Another jump into the trees. Ame beginning to get some better patterns here. But Yapzor. Well, Quentin is going to be able to find him again. Time and time again, Yapzor has made Ame's life total hell.
He is making him look like a fool right now as Nisha also finds a kill on X-Nova. And they might get something out of this one.
But he pulled in Mid1. He can definitely take this fight against these two, I think. Is Puppy. He may not even die. FY's going to try and go for it with the Fate Bolt. Chalice tries to get a little bit more damage. There's a Mystic Snake as well. But now they got to back up. Look at that. The Stone Gaze and hidden in the trees. He makes it out.
But they're near the high ground right now, and that attempt, they wanted the Chen so bad. They haven't gotten a kill in so long, and now they're just going to march down this free lane mid. The God Strength being committed here. No protection for these racks.
I mean, Monkey King, he's so underfarmed. They don't want to buy back on him, and I'm not even sure if that was a stall secret whatsoever. So mid lane is gone. They may have a better chance with the Medusa closing in on that Scotty.
So we've confirmed that Sven is a very good hero.
Yes, Sven continues to do that. Sven Chen seems like an OP combo.
Radiant's top shrine.
At least the way Secret are using it here. Satanic now for Nisha.
This game's still not 100% over, as we saw in last game. It really only takes one moment. But 20k, that means you need 2 fights now, minimum, to come back into this game.
Maybe he can get this next creep wave, and he wants to abandon his buyback. He can't get the Eye of Scotty, and honestly,
He might as well.
I think you should. You're so far behind. Just commit to try and win a fight.
Yeah, if you're not winning it with the Scotty against the Sven. Plus, the Scotty against the Sven is very good.
Yeah.
If you can't win it there, though, you probably just lost the game anyways.
Only 5 times since TI8 have LGD taken 0 towers by the 25-minute mark.
They're still 2 and 3 in those games.
Which is impressive how they can come back in these kind of games. But Secret is definitely a different kind of opponent. They had the lead last game, though.
Secret are just consistently rooting them out.
Yeah.
Wherever PSG.LGD goes, there's somebody from Secret there. Yapsor has been a thorn in Ame's side the entire game.
See, Ame's only played those side lanes.
Closes his eyes, he sees Yapsor. Nowhere safe.
Yeah.
He's playing really safe, too.
Yeah.
It's the crazy part. He's trying to hide deep. He's not cutting from creep to creep so that Yapsor can follow him. He's just being read like a book right now.
He's never gone like behind the tier 2s,
fallen.
but maybe that's just because the proximity of the tier 3 and tier 2 feels like it's too easy to TP in. I want to see one of those really, really deep creep cuts, you know?
Yeah. You think he should go like right in front of the tier 3?
Yeah, just try and force like, and if you do successfully do it, right, then Yapsor's like just in a terrible position.
If you look at Yapsor, he's setting up near that creep wave. He's just following them around.
Yeah.
As Secret, gotta pick up this Roshan, but they're gonna scan. Both teams scan, in fact, and they ping successfully. And they still want to be careful against Batrider in the pit. This is the only real way. Secret should learn their lesson. Don't take bad Roche fights.
Ooh, Team Secret's a little split right now. PSG.LGD on the high ground. They can find a rapid initiation and kill this Chen before he can actually pull anybody in. Wouldn't be bad, but X-Nova.
Now he's worried. Thought there was somebody there. Pops the sentry down on the ground. That's just experience right there, by the way. I love all those little things that top teams do. Like when Puppy Zai had that invis yesterday, and he drops that sentry to scout out for it. It's being preemptive. X-Nova's like, did my smoke pop because I was near somebody or because there was an invis? Pops the sentry just to be careful. It coincides with the rune timing too, right? It was the 28-minute rune. And coincidentally, mid one does get an invis rune, so he would have been 100% right on that guess.
Invisibility.
PSG.LGD just maintaining this high ground stance. Roll in. They're going to try and catch somebody here. FY, the kick out. They do manage to get a silence onto that Batrider. Meanwhile, backline. X-Nova just gets blown up by the Sven. FY's dead now. Inside the Wukong Sven. Ame's trying to fight strong with his Jiku Mastery, but he does take so much damage over time that he can't jump back into the trees. So eventually, Secret will root hit out as well. Head to the Roshan pit. And even with the buyback coming from FY, Secret can take that Aegis with confidence. 20,000, and before that fight, by the way, the win percentage was pretty much 98, 99%. As soon as the Aegis and Cheese is picked up by Team Secret, I imagine it'll just dip all the way down. So PSG.LGD, they pretty much have an impossible defense ahead of them, but Dusa, Monkey King, Batrider, they do have the components for a strong high ground defense as long as they don't get picked off outside the base. Chalice, fast blink away, but isn't going to be able to kill any creeps, and he won't be able to TP either. Minwa gets there just in time. That's that Kaya Yasha build for you. All this movement speed, allowing the Leshrac just to be able to run down people constantly. 30 kills in 30 minutes, only 4 of which have gone to PSG.LGD. even kill a creep with a Boundless Strike, and now it's going to be found by Nisha with a Blink Dagger.
They are on top of Ame in this series.
It just feels like the more desperate PSG.LGD gets,
Just the slot
they're split pushing, the sloppier it gets, and the more Secret pick them off.
Yeah.
They're just choking out the map right now.
And they're connecting to each other.
All 3 lanes
By
pushed
fingers
in. This
closing into a fist.
perfect opportunity for them to be able to push in this tier 3.
Radiant structures are
The
fortified.
multi-shot doesn't do much, especially with a war cry activated by Nisha. They're going to roll in. They're going to go for this Medusa. They do manage to get the zoom out onto Electric. That's going to slow down damage a lot. A nice stomp from X-Nova as well, as maybe he's just standing there with his stone cage. Does manage to stone a couple people there, but Team Secret are all tanking up. They're just out of damage on PSG.LGD.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Our Monkey King did not get any sort of follow-up.
Radiant's bottom barracks.
He couldn't get off a good Wukong's command underneath that stone gaze. They have the lasso that was used there as well.
Still 2 minutes on the Aegis. They have a cheese. And they want to end the game right now.
It's under attack.
They're certainly trying to set that up.
They get one last fight out of this. It's Chalice trying to clear out the creep wave. They want to play around this last Rax.
It's like they're gonna go back and just collect some fresh items and such. They almost have Daedalus for Nisha. No reason not to make this next fight even easier for themselves.
He's just getting BKB
Yeah,
right now.
just now get BKB when you're pretty much 6-slotted.
He's been hunting the entire game. He hasn't needed it.
I mean, when was the last time we saw PSG.LGD make like an aggressive move?
I think the score at one point was like 4-16 or something like that.
Yeah.
And now it's 4-28. It has been
The only little green marker.
what they got it at like 17 minutes was their last kill.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've gone almost double that time now without a kill.
Rough days for PSG.LGD. Ooh, they had to deal with a secret-controlled game 1 for sure, but they managed to make the comeback. This
Looks like they want to take a fight on this high ground where they got vision, but gonna get rooted out, and another pickoff gonna come onto this
the
FY
Boundless
Rubik.
Strike doesn't even land. X-Nova shows himself. He's trying to push back mid one as best as possible. Give maybe the opportunity. They do manage to take all of his mana away, but he still has an Aegis for another minute and a half. They're going to be able to pull back the Absorb for the Nisha just to make that stun. They manage to get the 2-man stun out, and look at the claims going to work. Nisha with the BKB will force the GG call from LGD.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That blitz was just a smashing.
Yeah, that was very one-sided. That was similar to what I expected after game number 1.
Yep.
But this time around, they were clinical. They took you out at the knees. They didn't give them a kill for 17 minutes. Not even like a mercy, we'll throw you a bone.
Yep,
You can
yep.
have puppy. We'll lose a team fight for it.
I mean,